Go. Hey YouTube, it is Ratskull Productions here, and I have a special guest. Special guest. Okay. You're not gonna say who you are?
I thought you were gonna introduce me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Okay, that's JJ NASCAR. JJ NASCAR. What's up? Alright, he's gonna be helping us do this review today. But it's a 3-car review, which is not what I usually do. But who cares what I usually do? Who cares? Anyway, it's gonna be on these 3 cars right here, which are Jeff Gordon's Pepsi Real Big Summer Car. Focus. Good boy, camera. Jeff Gordon's Chase Drive-In Hunger car. And Kurt Busch's Chase 500th Start car. So, I'm gonna put these aside. Let's go ahead and start with the Pepsi Real Big Summer car. Looks a bit like what his 2015 Pepsi car is going to be. Not exactly, but it is quite nice if you want to look a picture of it. You can look at my Twitter, which is at Ratskull Films, Ratskull_films. Plug, shameless plug, I'm sorry. Julian, what do you think about this car while I open it?
I very much like how the color blue reflects off the car. The Jeff Gordon Pepsi car schemes have always been some of my favorite Gordon schemes. Not as close as 2002 Daytona 500 car, but his Pepsi Cola Real Big Summer car is definitely one of my favorite Pepsi schemes of all time.
Alright, I actually have to agree with this one. This one is really nice. It was promoting the Real Sugar line that Pepsi did in the summer, which is disappointing that that's not the norm, because I had one of those. I have a bottle of one of the Pepsi. I never got a hold of the cherry Real Sugar and the whatever the other one is. I don't really know. I could never figure out what the other one is. I always thought Diet, but I'm like, what's the point of Diet Real Sugar? There's nothing.
Pepsi 1?
No, it's like, it looks like the Diet bottles, so like the gray. It might be caffeine free, I'm not sure. Anyway, we can go and look at the sponsors here. We got Pepsi, made with real sugar. Then we got the Chevy SS with, there's actually a little bit of a paint chip there, but that's or maybe just a blotch that's wrong. The Chevy grill's a little bit on the splitter, but that's okay. I'm not really too picky. We got, obviously this is a NASCAR Unites scheme because it was ran at Daytona in July. We've got Sprint Cup Series there. We got, I haven't done a review in a while. Jeff Gordon, and then Hendrick Motorsports 30th anniversary probably. Yeah, that's what that is. We got the one race winner sticker there, because when he raced his car, he had only won one race at that point, which was Kansas. Pepsi Cola, made with real sugar. AARP, BeTheMatch.org. Valvoline, Panasonic. Then we got the 3 Pepsi bottles. We got the cherry, the normal Pepsi, and I'm gonna take a stab, caffeine free. If you do know what it is, please comment below, because I never, like I said, never got a hold of the cherry one. By the way, if you don't know, I do like Pepsi a lot. My username on here first was PepsiMax2418. Well, this channel. That wasn't my original name. But anyway, Exalta, American Ethanol, hashtag Real Big Summer on the back, and then Pepsi Cola, Chevy, Valvoline, and then on the deck lid, Drive-In Hunger, ARP, Real Possibilities, and then Pepsi Cola on the roof. And this side is the same. So, my personal opinions for this car, as far as like the blues look beautiful together. I think honestly this car looks great. And I agree with what Julian said, one of the best Pepsi cars we've seen in a long time. Anything you want to add to that more, Julian?
Go Gordon.
Go Gordon, I agree. So, put this aside. I'm not going to put it back in the box yet, I'm lazy. Let's go on to well, I'm going to put this on the floor so I don't knock it off. Let's go on to the Gordon Chase car. This car also I had to get because he raced at Martinsville, and of course I have to get cars I see race, especially if they're Jeff Gordon. But this car is also kind of cringeworthy for me because, of course, the whole Brad Keselowski incident happened in it, and it basically lost him the championship. I'm not going to sit here and blame Brad for it, but anybody who thinks that wasn't the defining moment of his season is a little bit crazy. But what do you think about this car, Julian? There's only a few subtle differences between this and the normal Pepsi car, or drive-in hunger car, my bad.
All I just think is that the only difference between those two is that one he ran in the chase.
Yeah, like, see, Jeff Gordon's cars always have a yellow splitter, so that's not new. The numbers on the roof are always yellow, so that's, I guess it's a slightly different shade of yellow, but, sorry. And then basically the only difference is that, but I looked at them, and the AARP logo on the roof, on the original one, is red. So that's basically the only difference. And then, like, there's a little bit of the AARP Real Possibilities right there. That's the only thing different. But, so we can go ahead and look at the sponsors here. I don't think I ever reviewed the normal Drive-In Hunger. No, I did. That was the first review I did last year. So never mind, I did review that. We got Drive-In Hunger on the roof. Chevrolet SS. No defects as far as I can tell. Sprint Cup Series Chase right there, and then it says Contender 16 right there. Which, of course, when they went through, then it said Challenger 12, and then Eliminator 8, I believe is what they were. Correct me if I'm wrong. Eliminator 8, I believe, is right.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. And then we got Jeff Gordon, 30 years Hendrick Motorsports, and then the three race winner decals there. He got his fourth at Dover, not in this car. Got that in the chase version of the. Whoops! Knocked the camera over. The chase version of the Hunger Awareness car, the orange one. Then we got Drive-In Hunger, AARP Real Possibilities, AARP, Pepsi Max, Exalta, American Ethanol. For some reason, I don't see a Panasonic logo on here, so that's. Let me see. No Panasonic logo.
Is there supposed to be one on there?
Yeah, it should. Cause Panasonic, there's a Panasonic logo on the Pepsi car, and that was raced way before this. So.
One job, Lionel.
You had one job. Anyway, I guess it's not that big of a deal, but oh whoa. I just realized this. The right side window is caved in on this diecast.
You had one job, Lionel.
I wish I could just go ahead and pop the whole thing out, but oh well, I guess I can't. I probably could. Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. So yeah, that's caved in. If you can see that, yeah, you can see that right there. So you can get the window caved in on a diecast that's not really supposed to have that, but you can't do that on the Jeff Gordon. What's it called? The Martinsville win from last year, 2 years ago. My bad. You can't do that right. You can do that wrong. Oh well, whatever. Lionel. This head's the same with the sponsors, and I'm a big fan of this paint scheme. I think this was one of the better Drive-In Hunger paint schemes. My favorite paint scheme was still the 2011 paint scheme, but this one I like it a lot more than the 2013. What do you think, Julian?
I'm not entirely sure exactly
About this paint scheme?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just, a normal paint scheme. Just
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's very minimal changes from 2013, but I think the changes they did make were good. NASCAR had to add the yellow back on for the end of the season.
Yep.
But anyway, that's not a big deal. I kind of like now. Well, I hated that Jeff Gordon's paint scheme up until I saw it win, of course, at Martinsville, and from then on, I've had a hard time criticizing it just because it holds a special place in my heart now. But anyway, that's not really that big of a deal. So we'll just do a 360 view of this car, and then I'll go ahead and take this one out of the way. Now we're on to the Kurt Busch, which is a PTC mold car. This is actually my first PTC mold diecast. So I'm going to do a 360 view of the box here. And Julian, what do you think about this car?
It's probably my favorite Kurt Busch scheme from 2014.
Yeah, because like there's only a few others they made at least into a diecast. It was the normal Haas car,
The state water heaters.
state water heaters, which I'm not a huge fan of.
What? State water heaters.
What?
Hold on. What? What, Dad?
Where you at?
I'm right here. What do you want?
When we do the car dance today, we're gonna let your car run for like. Oh, you're recording?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm totally not editing this. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna.
When we do the car dance today, we want to let the car run for like 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Because it's so cold.
Okay.
Stop it, he's recording. No. You cannot go in.
I gotta mess with the recording. I gotta mess with recording. 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 I really hate my family sometimes. What do you think, Julian? Are we gonna have to edit that out, or are we gonna keep that one in? We're gonna edit that one. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we have
Oop. Okay, never mind. Okay, getting the car out now. I'm taking a look at it first. Looks like the decals are on there fine, which is nice. Well, minus right left front here, it's kind of peeling off a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and go through the sponsors. We got Haas, and then on the thing here we got 500, which it says Kurt Busch 500, or does it say Outlaw? I think it says Kurt Busch. I remember this race because I wanted Kurt to get in past this round. This was the Contender 16 round. I wanted him to get past this round, but to be fair, he probably shouldn't. He's probably... I guess all the guys that got out really were the ones that we should have figured would have got out. I just kind of figured Jeff Gordon wasn't going to get out. Or Kurt Busch, my bad. Jeff Gordon didn't get out. We got Goodyear, Chase, the Sprint Cup Series Chase logo on there. We got Kurt Busch name on the name rail, which looks actually pretty good for... Because the first, when the WLS mold, because this is the WLS mold, but it's with the better decals and all that stuff. Same mold. When that first came out, the decals, or like the, what was I gonna say? Not the decals. The decals were terrible, but the banner was like the only part of it like I liked. And they have it was a little bit too big, so they've kind of scaled it down a little bit, and I really like that now. It actually looks really good. The Chevy logos are all in place. The Kurt Busch logo is there, or the Kurt Busch name is there. Anyway, it looks good. And then we've got 41 Haas CNC, State Water Heaters 500, and then this blue banner. I don't know what that is. Mac Tools Mobile One, Haas, American Ethanol, Outlaw. The race winner sticker from Martinsville. Haas, Chevy SS. There's like a foot-looking thing on there. I don't know what that is. And then we got Haas 41, hashtag Outlaw 500, HaasCNC.com. And then this side is the same. I think this car might be a little crooked. No, it's good. So Julian, what do you think about this paint scheme? I know you said it's your favorite Kurt Busch from last year, but overall, just the paint scheme. What do you think about it personally?
I personally, I love the silver car, and I know I'm glad to see Kurt Busch in, like, a good team.
Mm-hmm.
The first time since, like, 2011 with Penske.
Mm-hmm.
And also one other neat thing about this is that these days you don't feel like a full-time sponsor like Haas sponsoring Kurt Busch. Like, you always, how many races did Haas sponsor Kurt Busch for 20?
Did Haas sponsor Kurt Busch?
Yeah.
I'm think it was every race but the State Water Heaters, I think.
Yeah, a season.
Yeah.
And Kurt Busch is sponsored with Haas. I mean, it's obvious because Gene Haas is the owner of Haas Incorporated, but seeing Kurt Busch sponsored the same car, Kurt Busch sponsored by Haas almost every weekend is kind of uncomfortable to me now.
Just because you're so unused to it?
Yeah, just because we're so used to sponsors now, just maybe sponsoring 12 races out of the 36 race season at most, maybe 18.
Yeah, because for example, Jeff Gordon this year, he's gonna have Drive to Hunger for about 15, 16 races, I think. Then Exalta for about 14, and then Exalta for, or 3M for about 10 or 11 or something. I don't know what that equals out to. And then Pepsi and Panasonic for 2 races each. So that's 5 sponsors right there that have to go over the whole season for Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. And seeing Kurt Busch not have too many sponsors, but actually run every race during a season is kind of weird to see now. Remember in the 90s when DuPont would sponsor Jeff Gordon every race during the season, or let's say Kodak sponsoring Morgan McClure for the entire season.
Yeah.
Well, it's just weird to see a full-time or almost full-time sponsor these days on something like Kurt Busch.
I'm just curious how much money that really costs Gene Haas, because that means he's sponsoring his own car. So that means he's funding basically the whole thing. So I'm very curious to see how much that costs him.
Yeah, too.
Very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put all the cars here. I'm gonna just stack them up. The boxes are still open. I apologize. Okay. Add them up. So, any last words, Julian, before we cut this review short, so to speak?
Go Kurt Busch.
Go Kurt Busch. And go Jeff Gordon. Of course, final year.
Final full year.
Final full year. Final Daytona 500. Final Sprint Unlimited last night, apparently. I don't know why, though. If he got a pole this year, I don't know why he wouldn't race next year, but oh well.
I wouldn't be surprised if he competes in the 2016 All-Star race.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, he is an all-star. Anyway, alright, so I'll move that there. We get them closer together. Alright, so comment, thumbs up, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Julian, I don't know when he'll see you. But. Huh?
I just said bye.
Oh, okay. He just says bye. So I say bye too. Bye-bye. Meep.
Bye.